Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Aina Afika binti Aziz. Today, me and my friends will review the article on the topic of mapping stakeholder roles in governing sustainable tourism destination. This article authored by Fernando Marti et al. And it was published in September 2020. It focuses on improving harmony among stakeholders in tourism planning and development. The primary objective is to guide governments in enhancing cooperation among stakeholders involved in tourism. The focus lies on sustainable tourism development, emphasizing environmental, conservation, and local community engagement. Next, the article stresses the importance of involving various stakeholders such as local community, businesses, and government in the development and governance of tourism destination. This inclusive approach is crucial for achieving sustainable outcome. It proposed a 5-point framework that outlined how stakeholders can leverage their role and collaborate effectively to govern tourism destination. This framework aimed to enhance coordination and decision-making for sustainable development. The key areas highlighted included governance through regulations, conservation effort, and improving local livelihood. The article acknowledges challenges in achieving sustainability, particularly in clarifying stakeholder interaction and benefit. The article provides proposition on how stakeholders can advance sustainable tourism, emphasizing the economic benefit while managing environmental impact and involving local community effectively. This article begins by highlighting the significant economic impact of tourism globally, emphasizing its role in job creation and economic growth. However, it also identifies several challenges that tourism faces, particularly in terms of sustainable environmental protection and ensuring local community benefit from tourism activities. The article argues the effective governance is essential for addressing these challenges and achieving sustainable tourism development. It points out a lack of clarity in how stakeholders interact and benefit from tourism, which can hinder progress toward sustainability goals. The main aim of the study is to explore how stakeholders can collaborate more effectively in tourism planning and management. It proposed a framework aimed at promoting sustainable governance of tourism destination. This framework is designed to enhance coordination among stakeholders, improve decision-making process, and ensure that tourism development balance the economic benefit with environmental conservation, as well as community well-being. Move on to the next part. There are 4 main points that can be highlighted in the article. Here is an analysis of the issue. Firstly is sustainable tourism and stakeholder involvement. For the issue, effective sustainable tourism requires active participation and collaboration among various stakeholders. The analysis is the success of sustainable tourism hinge on the involvement of the international bodies, national and local government, businesses, and communities. These stakeholders must work together to ensure environmental preservation, cultural integrity, and economic viability. The complexity of their relationship necessitates a framework that promotes the synergy and co-responsibility in tourism governance. Next point is governance in sustainable tourism. For the issue, governance models need to adapt to the dynamic and multi-stakeholder nature of the sustainable tourism. For the analysis, traditional governance structures, often hierarchical, are insufficient for the multifaceted nature of sustainable tourism. There is a shift toward inclusive governance that involves various actors beyond the governments, including non-state entities. This approach requires to develop a policy that reflects the diverse interests of the stakeholder, which can ensure the governance is participatory and responsive to the local context. Next is the role and responsibility of stakeholders. The issue is clear delineation of role and responsibilities among stakeholders is crucial for sustainable tourism. Here is the analysis of the issue, which is stakeholders including international bodies, governments, businesses, and community must clearly understand their role in promoting sustainable tourism. International organizations set a global standard and provide framework for accountability. National and local government facilitate participatory planning and regulation. For businesses are expected to adopt sustainable practices, while communities plays a vital role in stewardship of local resources and cultural heritage. Effective collaboration amongst these stakeholders can lead to sustainable development outcomes. Lastly is the role of tourists in regulation, livelihood, and conservation. The issue is tourists play a critical role in the sustainable of tourism destination. The analysis is tourists influence the sustainability of tourism through their behavior and choices. Their demand for authentic and responsible travel experience can drive businesses and destinations to adopt sustainability practices. Moreover, tourists contribute to local economies and livelihood, making their involvement essential in conservation efforts. By educating tourists on sustainable practices and encouraging them to active participation in conservation and community initiatives can significantly enhance the sustainability of tourism destination.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Ifa Afrina. Now we're moving on to the next slide, which is the framework. The framework discussed in the document pertains to creating a structured approach to sustainable tourism governance. The author initially referenced the work of Brock 2000, who developed a framework emphasizing cooperation among authorities, tourists, businesses, and local people in Finland's ecotourism. This baseline framework was expanded by incorporating Buhalis and Fleetch's 1995 concept of dynamic wheel of tourism stakeholders, which highlights the importance of relationship among various stakeholders, such as entrepreneurs, residents, tourists, and government entities. Building on this model, the authors propose an augmented 5-point framework resembling a star, which emphasizes cooperation and interaction among international bodies, national governments, local governments, businesses, community, and tourists. Moving on to the next slide, which is suggestion. First, expand on practical implementation. The article provides a depth theoretical review of sustainable tourism and stakeholder involvement. Further, a detailed case study illustrating the successful implementation of the suggested solution could help increase their practical use. This could provide specific example of location or countries where involvement of stakeholders lead to sustainable tourism outcomes. Next is integrate visual aids and data. Visual aids such as charts, graphs, and infographic showing data analysis on stakeholder involvement and sustainable tourism outcomes would enhance the article's engagement and understanding. Visualizing data can help to highlight essential points and trends referred in the text. Moving on to the comment. First, depth of stakeholder analysis. The article does an excellent job of defining all of the stakeholders involved with sustainable tourism. However, it may go into further detail about each stakeholder group's specific responsibilities and impacts. For example, providing an additional analysis of how local communities and large tourism operators influence sustainability efforts would add depth to the topic. So next is balanced perspective. While the paper highlights the needs of stakeholder engagement, it might seem strongly certain about the simplicity of reaching such collaboration. A more balanced perspective that understands the challenges and conflicts that create within stakeholders will give clearly pictures of the details that exist in sustainable tourism government. To be concluded, tourism industry relies on various stakeholder groups working together to effectively manage destination. Other than that, understanding stakeholders' role, interests, and motivation is crucial to engaging them effectively and creating a beneficial partnership. Next, the process framework encourages cooperating among stakeholders and can assist government in managing tourism sustainably, especially after the pandemic. Last but not least, it also highlights moving from top to down governance to a value chain. So that's all from us. Thank you for your time and bye-bye!